Hello students. So I wanted to talk about some of the requirements for this course. You'll notice on the first page of our syllabus some of the pertinent information. So you'll notice that our course goes from 10:14 to 12:04. It is an accelerated B-session class, all online. Our course is done completely through Schoology. So you'll notice that the black box that says Schoology, if you open it up, it will give you a link to Schoology. That's one of the first things that you need to do for this course, and obviously you're already in, so you actually got there, but you've signed up for your Schoology account. The other thing that you'll want to know and maybe bookmark is our course YouTube channel. You will be using YouTube to record videos for our discussion, and in order to maintain your privacy, I've set up a course YouTube channel that allows you to just kind of dump it on there. So in terms of getting a hold of me, I'm Paulette Stevenson. I'm your instructor. You've already seen my welcome video about some of the more personal things about myself. But this is my information. So my office is in LL 550. If you by chance want to come to my in-person office hours, they are from 10 to 12 on Wednesdays. I often ask students to send me an email if you'd like to do that, just to make sure that I'm there. Sometimes I go and I run some errands, so I just want to make sure that I'm there for you. I also have online office hours on Thursday from 1 to 3. What that means is that I am available to do a Google Hangout or a Google Chat or any other web form of, say, review or conversation. Oftentimes I'll have students set up an appointment during that because it's really kind of weird. Hey, we're all online at the same time. Let's find each other. I'll often have you email me earlier in the day or in the week and say, hey, I want to, meet with you on Thursday. What does 1 o'clock sounds good? And I'll say, sure. And what I will do is I'll set up a Google Hangout and I will invite you to it at 1 o'clock. And that's done through my ASU email, pzillme@asu.edu. So that's one of the ways that you can meet with me as an online student, not having access to face-to-face meetings. However, you can completely come to my face-to-face meetings. In terms of the best way to reach me is email. So in terms of email, I ask that you include what course you're in, so that I can better help you and as much information as you need. So if you email me something like, hey, I need your help, right? I don't know what course you're in. I probably at least know your name from your email, but I also don't know what you need my help in. So the more specific and the more professional you are, the better I can help you. If it takes me 20 minutes to answer your email because I have to go back through and see what course you're in and what paper you guys are looking at, the likelihood that you'll get a quick response is difficult. The other thing I like to mention is that I take normally 24 hours to answer email on the weekdays, and sometimes I don't answer email on the weekends. So keep that in mind. If you email me at 10 o'clock at night and you're expecting a really swift reply, that might not be the case. I'm a busy person and I try to get back to students as quickly as I can, but unfortunately that doesn't mean that I'm able to get back to them super quick. I also tell students that if you have a question that you think somebody else in the course can answer, post it to the Cyber Cafe. You do get points for participating in that. So some of the more nuts and bolts questions like, hey, is this due this day? Or, hey, how do I do X? That might be helpful to post to the Cyber Cafe, especially if it is 10 o'clock at night on a due date. Oftentimes you all are on the computer and I am not. So let's talk about what's required of you in terms of what you need to complete this class. First of all, the book that's required of this course is Everything's an Argument. It is the brief edition, and quite honestly, it is the cheapest book that I am able to use for English 102. It's also a really great book. So you need to buy it. You need the textbook. We will be reading from it. You can buy it used, you can rent it, whatever the case. The other thing you're required to have are, you signed up for a Schoology account already, great. You need to have good access to your ASU, right, and password to My ASU. You need to make sure you have access to Google Docs in My ASU. We will be using those to do peer review on. You need to have an email account linked to My ASU and Schoology that is checked daily. Daily access to a computer and the internet. And this sounds really funny, but in a 7.5-week online course, it is pertinent that you have daily access to the internet. Our due dates are normally Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So you'll want to be checking in our course as often as you need to complete the work. And for a lot of students, this does mean almost daily. The other thing that you'll need is access to a webcam or recording device. Our discussion boards will ask of you to record a video a couple of times in the course as a leader where we see your face and you record more of kind of like a bloggy, questiony video about the reading that week. And this is really a great thing for us to get to see each other because we normally don't get to see each other online. So make sure that you have some sort of technology to record your face. You can do this on your phone. Most of our computers come equipped with webcams. If you have complete problems, public libraries or Computing Commons have that technology available. So I want to talk, this video is more about the requirements. So these are the projects and the work that we will complete in this course. You have 3 major papers or projects. As you can see, project number 3 is an advocacy video. So one of the other requirements not listed up there is access to some sort of a camera, whether it be on your phone or on your computer. I want you to have recording equipment. I know that the Computing Commons has that. So that's the other thing. Discussions. So I'll talk about this in one more second. This is kind of like our daily participation work. You're assigned different roles. So you'll either be assigned a leader, a linker, or a replier. And depending upon those roles, you'll be asked to participate in that certain way. The Cyber Cafe is a discussion board in the Start Here page. So the Cyber Cafe asks you guys to ask questions and answer each other's questions. It asks you to post things like really kind of nuts and bolts stuff. So when an assignment is due, or hey, I'm having trouble with this technology, post it here and see and get your class's response. So you guys get credit for participating in this. This might, towards the end of the semester, turn out to be a great forum for, hey, do you guys think this is a good topic? Or hey, have you seen this source? Can someone help me out? Can you evaluate this source? I'm totally okay if it goes in that direction. I just want this place to be a good place where you guys can have a conversation about class. Sometimes these conversations take place before and after a face-to-face class with classmates, and you guys don't really have that space because you're in an online class. So use this space for those kind of off-topic discussions. You'll do peer reviews of each other's work. So every single project, you'll do peer reviews of each other's work. Again, if we go to the Schoology site, if we go to the Schoology site and we go to, I'll just give you a preview of it. Go to paper 1, you'll see under paper 1 rough drafts, that's where you turn in your rough draft. This is going to open a link up in Google Drive, or it should,
you'll be signed in through your ASU Google Drive, and you'll click Open in Drive. And this is a folder where all of your rough drafts will be housed, and you'll be able to drag and drop something directly in there. So I might drag and drop this straight in there, and it'll let me. I'm not going to. And then on a similar vein, so I'm going to click the back button a couple times to take me back into Schoology, the instructions for your peer review. They're different for every paper, so there's a document. Right now I don't have the pairings posted yet, but they will be. And they give you what to do on all of those, okay? So that's another thing that you'll do. The rough drafts, obviously, I went over. And then the final thing that you'll have for this class, in lieu of a final exam, you'll have a final reflection. And so the details will be posted by that time. So if you look at the grade breakdown, it goes something like this. You'll see that our projects get worth more as time goes on. The discussion, which is like the participation stuff, is worth 20%. The rough drafts and peer reviews are worth 6%. The cyber cafe bumps it up 1%. And the final reflections 3%. So when you look at the pie chart here, you'll notice that the papers are the majority of our grades. But you also don't want to discount the discussions, okay? The other thing you need to note is that there are 3 major writing projects in English 102. You must submit all 3 to pass the course. Now, I want to go down to the question, how does the discussion work? So we have 10 discussions throughout the 6 weeks. A lot of times you'll be, and let me move down to the schedule. A lot of times, based on your role, you'll be working on discussions pretty frequently. So like, notice on Friday, May 23rd, discussion 1, the linkers and repliers will be posting something by midnight. And then in discussion 2, you'll be actually, the leaders will be starting discussion 2. So there'll be a lot of overlap with these. The discussions ask you, let me go back down. Excuse me. The discussions ask you to deal with the outside reading. So we're not discussing the work from Everything's an Argument. We're discussing the work from the outside readings. So the leads are the ones who are going to post YouTube videos. Now, if you go back up to the front page, you'll see I'm not asking you to post them on your own personal YouTube video. I'm not asking you to make these super public. I'm asking you to make them public for our class. So I'm asking all the leads to post YouTube videos on our course YouTube channel. And you'll do that. And what I ask for of a lead is 2 to 5 minutes focusing on understanding the rhetoric. You might want to challenge the author's argument, talk about what the piece taught you about rhetoric and writing. The repliers, so obviously the repliers can't come through. The repliers and linkers can't come through until the leads are done. The repliers will build on, disagree, or clarify the leads post. Both the repliers and the linkers need to look at the leads video and also read the outside argument, okay? So the piece linked. And so, for example, I'm going to go back to week 1. So, discussion 1, the leads will read this article, which is linked, and then they will post their video by midnight. And then the linkers and repliers on Friday will, in their respective roles, they will first read the piece or watch the piece. Sometimes they're videos, sometimes they're text. They will watch the leaders' videos, and then they will post either their links or replies. So repliers, like I said, pretty easy. They reply to the author's argument. The linkers have a little bit of a different role. They find and share at least one relevant online source by replying directly to the leads post. And in addition to linking it, they must provide a short evaluation highlighting how it relates to the leads post and what makes it interesting or controversial or different. And again, minimum of 250 words. I know that doesn't say that here now, but it will. So those are it on the requirements.